Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here, and I've got today's load prompt and one of the Elvis challenges, but I'm also doing Scrap Squad Sunday, which is this beautiful lift by Miss Carrie's Creations, and Scrap Squad had a Field the Love Cyber Crop yesterday, and I haven't done any of those challenges. I'll catch up on those. I don't know when. I'll try to combine them as best I can with other things that I'm doing throughout the week, but I may not get them all done right away. Kind of like I'm trying to catch up on the Elvis challenges. I think I have let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 more to go. And what are we? Just about 10 more days in the month. So I'll try to combine those with load days as I can. I feel kind of disheveled this morning. I have a lot of prep work to do before the Vicky Booten class starts in an hour and a half, and so I kind of want to get through this. I cut all the pieces and dry fitted everything together, and it's going to look like a completed layout, but I'll kind of go through what I'm doing and try to make it fairly quick. I have used almost exclusively all but a couple pieces, which I'll show you. Everything is from the Paige Evans Splendid collection, which I think has absolutely splendid colors to it. So I've kind of used all of them. And in Miss Carrie's, I'll show you kind of what I'm planning to pick up on. She's got these strips of pattern paper down the side of her white sheet, which I love. She's got a film strip cut out of pattern paper, and she's left the centers with the pattern paper. So I've kind of done something like that. And she's got a banner here. I'm going to use another film strip. She has concentrically smaller blocks of pattern paper behind her photo. They're torn at the bottom and distressed around the other edges. And I picked up on that. I love that. And then she's got 3 floral clusters. I've done that. She's got a camera here. I've done that. So I'll get close anyway. I'm going to kind of put this down here for a second, and then I'll bring the camera down and show you kind of what I've already got. The load prompt, I will tell you that. The load prompt is about, it's based on the game Payday, and we're to scrap about an unexpected payday that you had or some financial lesson that you learned. And I, in my long life, I have had many wonderful paydays for various things. And, it was exciting having my first, I started to scrap about my first paycheck in a real job after college. And that was certainly wonderful. There was also a time that I had worked on a project, and it was very critical to the company. And when we completed the project and got back home, I had worked in Alaska for the project was in Alaska. And when I got back, the president of the company called a meeting of those of us who were on the project in Alaska, and gave us a a nice pep talk, which a thank you kind of a meeting. But what I didn't realize until he mentioned something that was that we were going to get a bonus check, and it was a nice bonus check. I was rather rather pleased with it and surprised, and it was unexpected. So I decided not to do that. What I'm scrapping about, and the journaling will be personal, and it'll be privately. It'll be hidden. It won't be on anything that I photograph. But it's about the fact that John was naturally kind of interested in finances and money. And he kind of took that on, and I was more than happy to let him, because it has been said about me, and I have said about myself, that I'm allergic to dollar signs. I just, anything to do with money or taxes or investments or anything like that just makes my eyes glaze over, and it makes me hurt. It causes me physical pain, kind of like triangles do in scrapping. and I just it's not that I couldn't or felt like I couldn't, or it's not even that I didn't want to. It's that it just, I don't know, hard to explain. And that hasn't changed, but the necessity for understanding and for taking care of things has changed since John passed away. And I recall a moment. I don't know if this will make it into the journaling, but when he was in the hospital, it was kind of towards the end of the year, and it was when it crossed into January, it was time to start looking out for and saving 1099s and stuff for taxes. So, and there were some bills that he paid online. Typically, he was responsible for everything for the whole 40 years. And when he was in the hospital, he was having a rough time. When he would come to and become lucid in conversations, one of the first things that he would ask was, have you taken care of the so and so? And I, in anticipation of that, I mean, he didn't actually ask it. Makes it sound like he woke up and asked it. When I was talking to him, and I thought he could understand it or digest it or whatever, or would care about it, I would kind of tell him what I'd done. So I had to figure out some passwords and some things like that, and I did that, and was very darn proud of myself for having done that and taken care of some things. Now, when I die cut, to go back to scrapping, when I die cut this film strip, these little centerpieces were cut out of it so that I could leave them out. So I'm putting them back in, but I'm intentionally putting them back in a different orientation from how it was cut, if you know what I'm saying. The stripes are all going to be going wonky in my in my interpretation of this, but you will get the solid effect, which will be different from if I had just left it open and left the purple showing through. I wouldn't have minded that, but it's not what I was going for. Now, I'm using these numbers. I have them. They're in my BrambleFox stash, and there's actually a kind of a significance to them, which I don't need to share. It's, again, fairly personal. And I'm just going to use them kind of to signify the whole accounting, taking care of money sort of thing. And to get back to the story, at some point I just kind of in anticipation of his curiosity about it, I told him I did this, that, and the other, and kind of reported in on the status of things. And he said, "Oh," he said, "I knew, I knew you could take care of it." He said, "I'm so proud of you." And it was kind of one of those rare lucid moments that he had at a particularly bad time in the way things kind of unfolded. And so I was kind of thrilled about that. I cut this with a different die in the same die set. These are both BrambleFox dies, and you can cut it with the solid part still in, which I did here, or you could cut it with the opening, which I did here, and they both have the I don't know, they both have the little sprocket holes, so that's kind of fun. Okay, now is going to be the hard part. I think I had this floral, and I've kind of got things curled up, and the way that I fussy cut them, they sort of want to curl up anyway. So I'm not going to do a lot of foam. I'm going to put this in between okay, and then I think I have a solid color flower to go here. I don't know. Let me see. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to do this blue one down here in another. This one was kind of cut off a corner, so I have an ugly edge showing, but I really just want a little bit of petals showing through there. Okay, the other flower, I wanted to put this one right here. The technique prompt at load is to use the color green. So I have the green in the leaves, and then I have the lime green photo strips. So I'm covered, and I have a green turtle because it's about me, and my thing is turtles. I'm going to use this. It's a sticker that's very thin and very hard to peel the backing off of, So I'm using it with the backing on it. And let me get this up and that down there. Just kind of don't want to make him a huge part of the scene, but I just want him to be there. So anyway, it's been there. Like I said, there was a lot that I had to learn. It involved a sit-down meeting with our investment guy that to kind of see how John had set things up, and as I'm telling you this, for most of you, it's not going to seem like, okay, so yeah, what's the big deal? Someone who handled the money passed away, and the other responsible adult in the family kind of took over that job. Well, I guess the thing is that it was really hard. it was really hard. I don't. My mind doesn't normally think like this, and John had taken care of so much of it. I happily did not pay attention, and that's never a good thing. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm not proud of it. It just is. It's not the math of it. I have a math degree. it's not even the arithmetic of it, which, you know, it's just it's just an aversion to it, I guess is the word I want to use, or don't want to use, as the case may be. Let's see. I want this flower here, and this I would like some foam on. And my foam tapes are all on the table where I'm doing the class. So I'm going to use this foam, fun foam, and just glue it on and hope it stays. So I'm going to put this one here, I think. Maybe down here, underneath that, or coming out of one of the layers. Let me do it coming out of one of the layers. There are so many layers, and I've covered them up with leaves. You really can't see the torn layers in mine like you can in Carrie's, and I kind of loved that about hers, so I hate that I have this one. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to replace that one with this one, and then I'm going to add this orange color to this, and then I will do a bird up here kind of behind the leaves. And I have a pink bird here that can go over by the camera. And I'm going to put a little foam behind him. What I do, put it right here. Oh, come now. This is when I realize why I buy the tape. And I have another bird that I'm just going to put here as if he's whispering something in my ear, some advice, some financial advice. And I will tell you that I'm getting all the bills paid and doing all the things. But and I actually got some advice from our investment guys about the nature of the investments and he suggested a change because there were some financial some changes in the financial market. I don't even know what term to use. Conditions had changed and it warranted maybe a different mix of investments. So I actually made that change and it's worked out okay. I didn't, haven't lost everything we had, but it's kind of helped me understand how little there is and how how careful I need to be. All these things I never chose to worry about before. So anyway, I have a butterfly on here because it's about a change that I made. And I have this. This does not come from, well, the BrambleFox, of course, doesn't come from Paige Evans, and the turtle didn't come from Paige Evans. And this little title disc, oh, come now. This is not sticking, so I'm going to add a little more glue and kind of get it. I have glue on the purple flower now. I'm going to put it there, and then I'm going to insert this disc on top of the pink flower. Okay, I'm done. If that will stick and that will stick, I think I've got what I need. I was gonna maybe go through and find some like word strips or something, but I will have some journaling on the back of this, and I think I'd rather leave it clean. I have this set of alphas where I was going to add my way. It says my view, and I was going to add right here my way, my view, my way. I'm kind of taking my view of the finances, which is different from John's, and I'm arranging things my way, but I don't think I need to do that. I think I'm just going to leave it at the only words on here say my view. So let me raise this up. Of course, if it's a Kathy page, it's going to have purple, and it's going to have a turtle, and it's going to have a lot of other bright colors. And I think I'm going to add just a little nod to John on this page. I'm going to tuck a sunflower in except I want a really subtle, small sunflower. And I'm going to fussy cut this one. And kind of tuck it in someplace. It has kind of a big edge to it. Let me get this put away. I'm gonna tuck it in where? Over here by the turtle. Right there. Okay, done. Now, let's see, the sunflower is right there. So that's my finished page, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.